Okay, guys. So we are in a paper two, nature of God, the nature of God, but we're in a number one, the infinity of God. Would anybody like to start reading?
I'll have a shot.
Okay.
I had two Christmas things yesterday, so I don't know how it'll go. Anyway, okay, the infinity of God. Sorry, what's that?
Michelle, Michelle, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Could you turn off your mic? Because somehow your volume comes through a little bit. So when she says something, we all hear it. So if you just turn your mic off, we won't get that. Yeah, thanks.
Ah.
All right, go, Kim.
And I won't be reading today.
All right, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
But feel free to correct me.
Okay. I can't correct you. I'm not reading. I have to leave that up to Kim.
Oh,
So you're not reading actually at all. Okay.
I'm not actually reading today. I'm sewing my trousers, so I've got something to wear to this thing.
okay.
But I'll be listening.
Absolutely fine.
Okay. Touching the infinite, we cannot find him out. The divine footsteps are not known. His understanding is infinite, and his greatness is unsearchable.
Mm-hmm.
The blinding light of the Father's presence is such that to his lovely creatures,
Lowly.
Lovely, not lovely.
Oh, lovely, sorry.
Please, Kim.
The boots on the other foot. So that to his lowly creatures, he apparently dwells in the thick darkness.
I like that. Dwells in the thick darkness.
Mm. Not only are his thoughts and plans unsearchable, but he does great and marvelous things without number. So when it's in quotes, is that from the Bible, do you think? Oh,
I actually don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it could be probably from some statement.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
God is great. We comprehend him not. Neither can the number of his years be searched out.
That's biblical, isn't it?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Sounds very bad.
Will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven, in brackets universe, and the heaven of heavens, universe of universes, cannot contain him.
Wow.
How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out. So all these things are in quotes, yeah, and it keeps on going.
Maybe just clarifying. I mean, this is just so taking the Bible to the next level, of course, like I really seriously see this as a Bible of this millennia. And we're just touching on it. It's
almost, don't you think it's almost like A Course in Miracles and then A Course of Love?
Absolutely. I think
it's like the next Bible.
I think it comes from like that same place where like a course was given, because course is so like mega, that it's given from like a similar place in some way.
There is but one God, the infinite Father, who is also a faithful creator. The divine creator is also the universal disposer, the source and destiny of souls. He is the supreme soul, the primal mind, and the unlimited spirit of all creation.
just feel that, just feel that, like, allow yourself to also feel these statements. There's something in our will that has kind of a memory of all of this. And if you allow yourself to feel it more, it will touch you deeper. Because you can store all this in your head and then regurgitate it just like people regurgitate everything. But there is a deeper experience of this. The slower we go at it, the more it has time to integrate. Like yesterday when we were reading Course of Love, right? It's like when we slow down, it was like a completely different text.
Yeah.
The great controller makes no mistakes. He is resplendent in majesty and glory.
I know, it smiles you, doesn't it? That's it.
The Creator God is wholly devoid of fear and enmity. He is immortal, eternal, self-existent, divine, and bountiful. How pure and beautiful, how deep and unfathomable is the supernal ancestor of all things. The infinite is most excellent in that he imparts himself to men. He is the beginning and the end, the father of every good and perfect purpose. With God, all things are possible. The eternal creator is the cause of causes. And there ends the quotes. Yeah. All those sentences and quotes. Wow. Shall I keep reading?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Notwithstanding the infinity of the stupendous manifestations of the Father's eternal and universal personality, he is unqualifiedly self-conscious of both his infinity and eternity. Likewise, he knows fully his perfection and power. He is the only being in the universe, aside from his divine coordinates, who experiences a perfect, proper, and complete appraisal of himself.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. The Father constantly and unfailingly meets the need of the differential of demand for himself as it changes from time to time in various sections of his master universe. The great God knows and understands himself. He is infinitely self-conscious of all his primal attributes of perfection. God is not a cosmic accident, Neither is he a universe experiment.
Mentor.
Experimenter. It's all these new words.
Yeah, I love it. I keep looking them up. Like, this is so very cool. Something comes, like, wow.
I don't know. I feel we've lost so much of the beauty of language. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and particularly the experience of each word, like that, deep connection to what we're reading and being revealed like that. It's really all about this exquisite revelation.
The universe sovereigns may engage in adventure. The constellation fathers may experiment. The system heads may practice. But the universal Father sees the end from the beginning.
Yeah.
And his divine plan and eternal purpose actually embrace and comprehend all the experiments and all the adventures of all his subordinates in every world, system, and constellation in every universe of his vast domains.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is new to God, and no cosmic event ever comes as a surprise. He inhabits the circle of eternity. He is without beginning or end of days. To God there is no past, present, or future.
Mm-hmm.
All time is present at any given moment. He is the great and only I am. Woohoo!
Oh, God.
It's just impossible to conceive of something so great.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
it's yeah, like the mind will never figure it out, yet there is a part of us that absolutely is just that, reflection that exists within. Then when it begins to move again, when it becomes alive, when it begins to be fully used, like your wholeness, you include your heart, your will, you have this flexibility where your thoughts can be adjusted, that you're no longer stiff in your thinking. That we begin to comprehend it on some level, that just like that thing, like it just smiles me, it just brings joy. I don't even know where it's coming from, but I know it's coming from this something that you can't touch.
That I am, though, that's what Jesus was explaining in the last chapter we read. Was that, we need him because he is the I am, because he's the connection to that.
Yes.
And why would we possibly listen to anyone else? There's just nothing on earth here that it could possibly compare to anything that's saying here.
You know how it says, like, step into Jesus' sandals. I let myself step into these qualities. It's like, what if you are all of those? And could you allow yourself to have that? But if you had the child of God, hello, it's just like, be like your father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just really expands your heart out into the universe.
Oh, dear. The Universal Father is absolutely and without qualification infinite in all his attributes. And this fact, in and of itself, automatically shuts him off from all direct personal communication with finite material beings and other lowly created intelligences.
Mm-hmm.
And all this necessitates such arrangements for contact and communication with his manifold creatures as have been ordained. First, in the personalities of the paradise sons of God, who, although perfect in divinity, also often partake of the nature of the very flesh and blood of the planetary races, becoming one of you and one with you.
Oh, wow, wow, this is so cool.
Thus, as it were, God becomes man, as occurred in the bestowal of Michael, who was called interchangeably the Son of God and the Son of Man.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
And second, there are the personalities of the infinite spirit, the various orders of the seraphic hosts and other celestial intelligences who draw near to the material beings of lowly origin, and in so many ways minister to them and serve them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And third, there are the impersonal mystery monitors, thought adjusters, the actual gift of the great God himself, sent to indwell such as the humans of Urantia, sent without announcement and without explanation. In endless profusion, they descend from the heights of glory to grace and indwell the humble minds of those mortals who possess the capacity for God consciousness or the potential therefore. I hope that includes me.
Well, you can only include yourself. I think that's where it sits. Like either include yourself or you observe it.
Right, yeah. In these ways and in many others, in ways unknown to you and utterly beyond finite comprehension, does the Paradise Father lovingly and willingly downstep and otherwise modify, dilute, and attenuate his infinity in order that he may be able to draw nearer the finite minds of his creature children.
Kim, would you be willing to look at the mystery monitors in your dictionary?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll just Google it. Yeah, mystery monitors.
Oh, is that how you do it? You Google it?
Yeah, I just Google it. I haven't got the thing saved anywhere. Oh. So it goes to the URANTIA Foundation. Yeah. The second one, anyway. I'll just open that. The mystery monitors are not thought helpers. They are thought adjusters. They labour with the material mind for the purpose of constructing, by adjustment and spiritualization,
Wow.
a new mind for the new worlds and the new name of your future career. Ooh. Their mission chiefly concerns the future life, not this life. They are called heavenly helpers, not earthly helpers.
Oh, wow.
They are not interested in making the mortal career easy.
That's good.
Oh my God.
Rather are they concerned in making your life reasonably difficult and rugged.
Wow.
So that,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
I got that wrong. I thought they were here to help.
So that decisions will be stimulated and multiplied.
Wow.
The presence of a great thought adjuster does not bestow ease of living and freedom from strenuous thinking, but such a divine gift should confer a sublime peace of mind and a superb tranquility of spirit.
Wow.
Then it says to read the entire section entitled The Adjuster's Mission, click this link. Anyway, yeah, it's
Oh, that's like covers it perfectly. Beautiful.
yeah. Whew.
Oh God, what an explanation.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Isn't it
Reasonably difficult though. What does that mean?
Let me drop you on your knees. Maybe you will begin to dream.
They should be called the motivators,
Yeah.
spiritual motivators.
Kick
Sorry,
up the butt.
I seem to have lost my place. Can you just let me know, sorry, where we got up to? I don't know how I managed to lose the spot.
It's okay. 2.1, is it?
I forgot where I'm up to.
2. I think.
Just before 2.1.9, we're halfway through the paragraph.
Okay, thank you.
I'm stuffed because my paragraphs aren't even numbered.
Oh my God. Well, it's that in these ways and many others.
Hey, thanks, Kim. Really nice reading. I've got to go.
Yeah, I'm somewhere near the end of the
Alison,
section.
have a beautiful Christmas, darling. I love you so much. And thanks for being around and joining us. It's been so lovely to have you around. Thank you.
Love you all too.
Yeah,
Hey,
you too.
I just love this meeting. It's a pity that there have been other things going on.
That's all right.
I'll be coming to it more.
Yeah, do so fast.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Happy Christmas.
Oh yeah, that sort of threw a spanner in the works, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's good. It's beautiful, huh? Like,
oh yeah,
it's enlivening. It's enlivening. It's just so unlike anything. It's like unlike anything you ever read, right?
Yeah.
You might even find similarity in the courses, right? In a way, but just the way it puts it, it's like, phew. I love the language they use. It's just like the vernacular here is.
It's like, yeah, just a really excellent
novel.
Like,
just
you know, some of the books written in the
Ambiamic
1800s. Oh, the language is so amazing.
Mm.
And I don't know, I don't know what's happened to it. It's like this, like it. Yeah.
True.
So I was mid-paragraph, wasn't I?
Yes.
I think I read in order that he may be able to draw nearer the finite minds of his creature children.
Yeah, it's already finished.
And so, through a series of personality distributions, which are, oh my God, diminishingly absolute, the Infinite Father is enabled to enjoy close contact with the diverse intelligences of the many realms of his far-flung universe. All this he has done and now does, and evermore will continue to do, without in the least detracting from the fact and reality of his infinity, eternity, and primacy. And these things are absolutely true, notwithstanding the difficulty of their comprehension, the mystery in which they are enshrouded, or the impossibility of their being fully understood by creatures such as dwell on Urantia. Because the First Father is infinite in his plans and eternal in his purposes, it is inherently impossible for any finite being ever to grasp or comprehend these divine plans and purposes in their fullness. Mortal man can glimpse the Father's purposes only now and then, here and there, as they are revealed in relation to the outworking of the plan of creature ascension on its successive levels of universe progression. Though man cannot encompass the significance of infinity, the Infinite Father does most certainly fully comprehend and lovingly embrace all the finity of all his children in all universes. Divinity and eternity the Father shares with large numbers of the higher paradise beings. But we question whether infinity and consequent universal primacy is fully shared with any, save his coordinate associates of the Paradise Trinity. Infinity of personality must, perforce, embrace all finitude of personality. Hence the truth, literal truth, of the teaching which declares that in him we live and move and have our being. That fragment of the pure deity of the universal Father which indwells mortal man is a part of the infinity of the first great source and centre, the Father of fathers. Oh, I think I'm done.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's so overwhelmingly massive. For that's what I like about it, because kind of dislodges just the small thinking of the lowly creatures. I love how they call it, the lowly creatures.
It seems so ridiculous to berate ourselves for not being more than what we are, doesn't it? Like, it's just.
But then it offers you that, you know. It just goes like, hey, you know, just it just says, hey, there is. I always thought it was like me, and then it's like the Holy Spirit, or like a form of Jesus, and then there is like God. And this kind of goes like, oh no, it's It's a little bit bigger than that. I get like this feeling of my center of my being gets ignited and my mind cannot comprehend it not. You know, it's like, yeah, something's igniting, something like that, that inner joy ripples, that kind of resonates with the truth of this.
I'm so glad we're reading this now, especially like near Christmas, because Christmas seems so empty here on Earth, you know, so crass and ridiculous. And this just gives a sense of something that should be more, you know, in Christmas itself, if we could only grasp it.
Well, this Christmas we abolished presents. We said, hey guys, let's not do this time.
Yes, we've done that too. Yeah. And
it's such a relief.
Yeah.
It's such a relief. And you know, I can see my son needs few things, so I just get it for him. But it's not like this crazy thing. It's like, oh my God, what am I gonna get to his mother? What am I gonna get to this? And what am I gonna
I know.
Like, and then you know, then it happens, and you just give it to somebody. They go, oh wow, thank you, and you go like, I can see you are really totally excited. You know, when you get that one of those presents, when you go like, wow, thanks guys. What the hell am I gonna do with this? Where do I fit this into my life? Like, how does this? You know that moment? And you go, oh wow, this is lovely.
It's interesting that each book gives a completely different type of response. I don't know. So can't explain it.
Yes.
I'm just thinking the figure of Father Christmas that we all sort of, you know, it's presented like so ludicrous. So inadequate. Oh man. Father of fathers. Yes.
Beautifully. Shall I read further, or you guys are choked up enough?
Yeah.
Read some more if you like.
So it seems that a fragment is more than enough, isn't it? A fragment of that. Thank you. Like, that is so good. A mere fragment. Fantastic.
A breadcrumb.
Yeah.
A mere morsel.
We are number 2, right? The Father's eternal perfection.
Yes. Yeah.
Like even your olden prophets understood the eternal, never beginning, never ending, circular nature of the universal Father. God is literally and eternally present in his universe of universes. He inhabits the present moment with all his absolute majesty and eternal greatness. incarnate that. Could you allow yourself to feel this? Say yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Father has life in himself, and this life is eternal life.
Oh.
Therefore, the eternal ages.
Throughout. Yeah.
Throughout the eternal age, it has been the Father who gives to all life. There is infinite perfection in the divine integrity. I am the Lord, I change not. Our knowledge, our knowledge of the universe of universes discloses not only that he is the Father of lights, but also that he, in his conduct in interplanetary affairs, there is no variables, neither shadow of changing. Oh, that's beyond me. He declares the end from the beginning, right? He says, my counsel shall stand. I will do all my pleasures. According to the eternal purpose, which I purposed in my Son. Thus are the plans and purposes of the first source and center, like himself, eternal, perfect, and forever changeless. See, this gets incredible because then he actually reveals the sonship. He actually reveals the Son, and it's not what we think it is. Like he created the sun, and then the sun began to create other things. But God has no part in it, in a way. Anyway, we'll come to that. There is finality of completeness and perfection of repleness of the mandates of the Father. Whatsoever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it, nor anything taken from it. That sounds like Tao.
Yeah.
The universal Father does not repent of his original purpose of wisdom and perfection. His plans are steadfast, his counsel immutable. Just give me 1 second, I'll clarify that terminology for myself. Unchangeable, fixed, rigid, inflexible, unyielding, unbending, permanent. Very good. While his acts are divine and infallible. This is so cool, isn't it? 1,000 years in his sight, but as yesterday, when it is past, and as a watch in the night. Wow. The perfection of divinity and the magnitude of eternity are forever beyond the full grasp of the circumscribed mind of mortal man. And yet, he can awaken, he can awaken, have a flash of it, have it like, boom, like just a just like the NDE people have. It's like, oh wow, there's more to it.
Yes. Ah.
The reactions of a changeless God in the execution of his eternal purpose may seem to vary in accordance with the changing attitudes of the shifting minds of his created intelligences. That is, they may apparently and superficially vary, but underneath the surface and beneath all outward manifestation, there is still present the changeless purpose, the everlasting plan of the eternal God. Out in the universes, perfection must necessarily be a relative term, but in the central universe, and especially on paradise, perfection is undiluted. In certain phases, it is even absolute. Trinity manifestations are the exhibitions of the divine perfections, but not, I don't even know that word.
Attenuated. Like shorten it or take something away from it.
Yeah. All right. Reduced in amplitude.
Trinity manifestations vary in exhibition. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, you want to read a bit?
Yeah, I read.
Thanks, brother.
God's primal perfection consists not in an assumed righteousness, but rather in the inherent perfection of the goodness of his divine nature. He is final, complete, and perfect. There is no thing lacking in the beauty and perfection of his righteous character. And the whole scheme of living existences on the worlds of space is centred in the divine purpose of elevating all willed creatures to the high density of the experience.
Destiny.
Destiny. Creatures to the high destiny of the experience of sharing the Father's paradise perfection. God is neither self-centred nor self-contained. He never ceases to bestow himself upon all self-conscious creatures of the vast universe of universes. God is eternally and infinitely perfect. He cannot personally know imperfection as his own experience, but he does share the consciousness of all the experience of imperfectness of all the struggling creatures of the evolutionary universes, of all the paradise creator sons. The personal and liberating touch of the God of perfection overshadows the hearts and encircuits the natures of all those mortal creatures who have ascended to the universal level of mortal discernment.
Moral discernment.
Moral discernment. In this manner, as well as through the contacts of the divine presence, the universal Father actually participates in the experience with immaturity and imperfection in the evolving career of every moral being of the entire universe.
Mm.
Mm.
Every moral being. What about the immoral beings? Oh.
Mm. Human limitations, potential evil, are not part of the divine nature, but mortal experiences with evil and all man's relations thereto are most certainly a part of God's ever-expanding self-realization in the children of time, creatures of moral responsibility who have been created or evolved by every creator son going out from paradise. God, take this crap in. We're going on to justice and righteousness.
Ooh. I'm happy to keep going with it.
I'm happy.
Did you want to keep reading, Kevin, or not?
Justice and righteousness. God is righteous, therefore he is just. The Lord is righteous in all his ways. Yeah, this is all stuff out of the Bible, all this stuff in quotes. I have not done without cause all that I have done, says the Lord. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. The justice of the universal Father cannot be influenced by the acts and performances of his creatures. For there is no inquiry, for there is no iniquity, and with the Lord our God, no respect of persons, no taking of gifts. Cole, if you're talking to us, you're on mute.
Sorry. You know how in A Course in Miracles, right, first few chapters, I think first 5, there's a lot of quotes from the Bible where Jesus explains what he actually meant when he said what he said.
Yeah.
I think this is very similar. Like it throws you this, the Bible statement, and then he goes on kind of clarifying it in a way.
Yes.
Because when I look at those statements, I can see how people who read Bible would be interpreting this vastly different.
They wouldn't be reading this.
No, but the sections from the Bible that would be interpreted differently. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I can feel my reaction to God as righteous. Like my old beliefs, like, oh,
yeah,
something about that. That whole sentence just pushes me into reaction.
I think also the word righteous will eventually become something else than we have it.
Yeah, feels like judgment. Like,
yes, it does, and I think when it's corrected, when the thought adjuster corrects it, it actually begins to be something completely different. Like it doesn't have a punitive feel to it. Like righteous is more like, you know, if you're not doing it this way, you're gonna hang on a cross, brother, kind of thing. Like it's not punitive.
No, I can feel that in my mind just now. I feel it just like a little adjustment of like righteous is actually quite okayness.
Yes,
it's like proper, and it's not it's not punitive. If I really let myself feel what the statement's saying.
Some synonyms of righteous are ethical, moral, noble, and virtuous.
So they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But God is righteous just pushes me into
Yeah. We've twisted it, haven't we?
It's just past learning, which is incorrect.
Yeah. Yeah, when you say someone's self-righteous, it's not a good thing, is it?
No.
You self-righteous son of a bitch. Right. Oh, how futile to make puerile appeals to such a God to modify his changeless decrees so that we can avoid the just consequences of the operation of his wise natural laws and righteous spiritual mandates. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whosoever a man sows, whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap.
Yeah. That's that thing where you have a thought, and then your will manifest it for you. So if you bitch, you will manifest that. You'll have a field of it.
True, even in the justice of reaping the harvest of wrongdoing, this divine justice is always tempered with mercy. Infinite wisdom is the eternal arbiter which determines the proportions of justice and mercy which shall be meted out in any given circumstance. The great punishment, in reality, the greatest punishment.
Yeah.
The greatest punishment, in reality, an inevitable consequence, in brackets, for wrongdoing and deliberate rebellion against the government of God is loss of existence as an individual subject of that government.
Oh.
Crazy.
Very easily to grasp.
The final result of the wholehearted sin is annihilation.
That's radical.
Amazing.
Gosh.
Final result of wholehearted sin is annihilation. In the last analysis, such sin-identified individuals have destroyed themselves by becoming wholly unreal through their embrace of iniquity.
Jesus.
Oh my God, this is...
Oh
God, this is so good. In the last analysis, such sin-identified individual have destroyed themselves by becoming wholly unreal through their embrace of
iniquity.
Iniquity.
Oh, I love that word.
My mind's going, I wonder what happened to Hitler, and I wonder how sinful you have to be to have your soul scrubbed out.
Yeah.
He's doing okay.
You know, is that thing?
I don't know.
Just like it says in the chorus, like God is the love which you forgive. Like at any point you can have a revelation. It can be the most evil character. And there was just a one instant of revelation. And you actually begin to see truly, and you can shift from being awful, and you just go like, oh my God, I had it all wrong.
And he may have had that as he died. We don't know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We actually don't know.
No.
I don't think Hitler thought that much differently from a lot of the population, really.
Hitler, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people have always been trying to get rid of, what do they call them in the old days? Those feeble-minded people, they used to sterilise them.
Well, that's what Hitler did to people.
Yeah.
He had them sterilised, yeah.
But he didn't start it, and I think that was happening already, I think.
But also notice how you would absolutely not try to be that. Yeah?
Yes.
Like, so just for a second, could you allow yourself to be that?
Oh, I can do it easy.
That's what I mean. And then
Yes.
you actually see that, like, you actually also begin to be aware of the kind of that punitive part of you that would destroy and would attack. And we do viciously, sometimes with a smile on the face, have a remark that's as sadistic as putting someone in a torture chamber.
Yeah, like our secret thoughts are minor, quite sadistic sometimes.
And then
can be.
To actually own the punitive, own the Hitler within, or like I say, but allow yourselves to be the evil part that you might imagine somewhere to be. And it's actually quite interesting. Because we made this up, but when you allow yourself to be all of you, you become the sum of all things, and it's kind of wholeheartedly the same.
And I guess that's and that's the start of becoming wholly real as opposed to wholly unreal.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump off.
Great to see you, Michelle. Have a lovely Christmas. We might see you around.
Yeah, thank you.
Feel free to join in anytime.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, Michelle.
See ya.
Michelle.
See you next time.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, I'll finish this.
Go on.
Factual disappearance of such a creature is, however, always delayed until the ordained order of justice current in that universe has been fully complied with. The cessation of existence is usually decreed at the dispensational of epochal. Sorry, or epochal. I can't even get the little words. Or epochal adjudication of the realm or realms. Oh, God. On a world such as URANTIA, now it makes sense. It comes at the end of a planetary dispensation. Cessation of existence can be decreed at such times by coordinate action of all tribunals of jurisdiction, extending from the planetary council up through the courts of the Creator's Son to the judgment tribunals of the Ancients of Days. Jesus.
Yeah.
The mandate of dissolution originates in the higher courts of the superuniverse following an unbroken confirmation of the indictment originating in the sphere of the wrongdoer's residence. And then, when sentence of extinction has been confirmed on high, the execution is by the direct act of those judges residential on and operating from the headquarters of the superuniverse. So you can be rubbed out.
You can be what?
Rubbed out by the same. Jesus.
Well,
I was listening to I've been listening to a lot of the tapes, and even Satan and Lucifer are not as rubbed out. They're in a kind of a holding planet for thousands of years, just until they, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. even in Righteous Soul, it says, you know, like at some point, you know, I can place you on a planet that suit your environment.
Yeah.
It says, remember how it says in Righteous Soul somewhere, it says like, some people might be in hell. They are not necessarily going to feel bad there.
Yes.
Yeah. The right place.
It's their own hell.
You know, like where the evil reigns, and then they just love it there. They're just
so to them it's their heaven.
Absolutely their heaven. Whatever is your hell,
be
their heaven, and vice versa. For them being in heaven would be absolute hell.
Yes, they can't bear it. Yeah,
and it's just that thing that they all have free will to choose wherever the hell they want to be, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Swedenborg talks about that quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. So you'd have to be pretty bad then to be rubbed out.
Yeah.
Well,
what sort of bad? What sort of bad would it take?
I know.
If I got this correctly, they basically say at some point after this life, you actually do have that choice, whether you're going to take this journey or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's up to you. It's like it's offered, but again, you usually go to somewhere, you know, choose again. Choose whether you want to or not. You want to be just an individual in your own little world of perception and continue to be perceptual and limited in your own, like, don't want to know more than the little you know, or experience more. Like some people seek no experience, basically, and perfect. Like, bless their hearts. If I think they should be doing differently, I'm screwed. I'm pressuring something to be different than it is.
Because I always wonder about people that just don't believe, they believe in science and not God, and
how
what happened.
You know,
yeah,
like, go for it.
But no afterlife. So can they get to the afterlife and just say, nah, not for me?
Yeah.
It's not. I don't.
Well, I did watch these guys who are what do they call themselves? What's the word? Just the ones though who don't believe there is God.
Atheists.
Atheists.
Yeah. And it's really interesting to watch them. Just I find it entertaining. But the attack thoughts, that's just so intense in there. Like it's not connected to wholeheartedness in any way.
Yeah.
And they search for the guys who believe in God, and then they try to prove them wrong. And it's like, it's just so ludicrous, the whole thing. And they actually make money out of these shows, and people subscribe to it, like in thousands. Let's see how we're going to destroy this Christian from his faith. This is fascinating, the games people play.
But I guess to us, because we believe, to us, them not believing is so ludicrous, but to them, us believing is ludicrous. So, you know,
well, I don't even think we're
ludicrous.
I think we are more like, I don't believe, I know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you just know, like at some point you have a revelation of God, and you just know.
Oh, right, yes.
You just can't sort of like go any other way. You just go like, and it's not like, oh, I know, like I'm different. No, you simply know. There's a beautiful shot of Carl Jung. Somebody asked him, so like, do you believe in God? And he goes, oh, no, I don't believe, I know. And like, that's it. Like there is this knowing.
But even though you know, you've got that knowing, you can't impart it on the person that doesn't want a bar of it. Yeah.
Exactly. Just like the NDE people, like they know, like I find NDE people have way more direct experience than, most of the Course of Miracles Society altogether. There's something in them that they've seen the light. They've seen at least a reflection of it somewhere, but it was so tangible. But they had to be knocked out. They could not have their mind being involved the way it is constructed. So they had to be knocked out of existence for a moment, this one, and enter a realm that's very real. And when they come back, they're speechless. Takes a while to assemble some kind of sense of it, because our language just so doesn't describe, has no words to describe it, right? The unspeakable love, let's say, that in itself, that word clarifies, like unspeakable love. I mean, you start talking about it, you already killed it.
But when it's talking about cessation of existence in this book, it's not just physical existence, is it? It's more.
No, it's like completely.
Or is it just
a complete cessation of a spirit, basically?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
it's like
sounds
horrendous.
radical. It sounds radical.
Yeah.
I guess some people that are so devastated, they go like, I don't care. I don't care, whatever, Yeah. Anyway, we just at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, like
we just this is our tadpole experience.
But isn't it so symbolical of all the journey we've got to go, like never ending. It's never ending.
It's totally exciting. I mean, just that idea that it tells you it roughly takes 2 million years, and then like in paper 47, I think he just describes this whole next stage of going into this Mensonian world and what will happen there. It's like, say, hey, and then you will do this, and you will go into schools of thought and schools of feeling. That's what it says in A. You go to schools of thought, schools of feelings, and schools of doing. And it's like, hey, schools of feeling, that something like that hardly even exists in people's mind, that they could actually go into, like, basically what we're doing with right use of will, right? That's a school of feeling. It's not a school of thought, for sure.
All right, keep going. When this sentence is finally confirmed, the sin identified being instantly becomes as though he had not been. There is no resurrection from such a fate.
Wow.
It is everlasting and eternal.
Oh my God.
Right, I'm going to have to do that again. When this sentence is finally confirmed, the sin identified being instantly becomes as though he had not been. There is no resurrection from such a fate. It is everlasting and eternal. The living energy factors of identity are resolved by the transformations of time and the metamorphoses of space into the cosmic potentials whence they once emerged. As for the personality of the iniquitous one, it is deprived of a continuing life vehicle by the creature's failure to make those choices and final decisions which would have assured eternal life. When the continued embrace of sin by the associated mind culminates in complete self-identification with iniquity, then upon the cessation of life, upon cosmic dissolution, such an isolated personality is absorbed into the oversoul of creation, becoming a part of the evolving experience of the Supreme Being. Never again does it appear as a personality. Its identity becomes as though it had never been. In the case of an adjuster indwelt personality, the experiential spirit values survive in the reality of the continuing adjuster. Jesus. So it sounds like you just get absorbed back into the soup or something.
Soup. That's good.
In any universe contest between actual levels of reality, the personality of the higher level will ultimately triumph over the personality of the lower level. This inevitable outcome of universe controversy is inherent in the fact that divinity of quality equals a degree of reality or actuality of any will creature. Undiluted evil, complete error, willful sin, and unmitigated iniquity are inherently and automatically suicidal. Such attitudes of cosmic unreality can survive in the universe only because of transient mercy tolerance, pending the action of the justice determining and fairness finding mechanisms of the universe tribunals of righteous adjudication. The rule of the Creator's sons in the local universe is one of creation and spiritualization. These sons devote themselves to the effective execution of the paradise plan of progress mortal ascension, to the rehabilitation of rebels and wrong thinkers. But when all such loving efforts are finally and forever rejected, the final degree of dissolution is executed by forces acting under the jurisdiction of the Ancients of Days.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Beautiful. Shall we leave it at that?
Yeah, if you want to be rubbed out, that takes a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be rubbed out easily. That's what.
Yeah. I mean, I could not even touch this for years when I got this book. Just couldn't go this way at all. But now it's beginning to be just so delicious.
It'd be good to read if I understood all the words,
Yes, that comes too. Like it's just it all gets clarified as you go on. It's just like with the courses, you do Course of Miracles first time and you just like, what? But then you do second time and it's go like, oh, I see. It kind of clicks into the right places, Then you do it third time, then you do it like 10th time and you just go like, oh my God, this is so different to when I begin. Same with this.
Yeah.
And it repeats itself a lot too. Like
Yeah,
it's
it
in the
does.
Course of Miracles, every lesson kind of repeats itself 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
Because I've listened to quite a lot of the tapes, recordings now, and the language and the concepts are becoming quite. I kind of get them a bit more.
Yeah, and
I had a real reaction to them to begin with.
most of the terminology gets translated into new way of experience, just like when we were looking at that word. What was it? Righteous, right?
righteousness of God.
Yeah, like everything changes, like all the language. Like when I released all the idea of what God was, the cup was empty to receive a revelation. You also probably have images of Jesus that have nothing to do with the truth, right? So release all and it works by release, like A Course in Miracles works by release. Allow yourself to just let that go for a moment, see if there is anything else available.
It's actually impossible for me not to have an image of Jesus. I can't. If you say Jesus, I can automatically get an image of someone else's image.
Yeah. And how many images are there? Like thousands of images, like pictures, you got like pictures of Jesus. You always know it's Jesus. It just looks different, right? Because he's got that certain qualities in there, right? But it all gets like one day, let me put it this way, like one day this presence comes near you and you will undoubtedly know. And all these images will vanish, all of them. Because first of all, Jesus is not an image. I mean, really, it's an idea of love and healing that had to be used as an image because that's all we had. If you have images, then the Holy Spirit has to use those images and say, okay, well, let's work with this.
Yeah. Can you imagine the reaction you get if you had Jesus portrayed as an ape or a pig, like, God, you get crucified.
Yes, when you get crucified, like he basically says, declare that your kingdom is not of this world and someone will nail you for it. Look what happened to me. That was just an example of like, hey, don't go and declare anything. Check that the Tao says, those who know do not talk, Like eventually you can't talk about it. But it's that thing where Jung said, like, you just know. And it's a quiet recognition. Actually, there's a beautiful thing in the lesson 37. It says, I love this bit. Is it okay if I read it to you guys?
Yeah.
37. Your holiness is the salvation of the world. It lets you teach the world that it is one with you, not by preaching to it, not by telling it anything, but merely by your quiet recognition that in your holiness are all things blessed along with you. So teach only love is not go and teach A Course in Miracles. Teach only love is like remember God, remember love, be the love, have fun. And if we get together and play with this, that's fine, I mean, it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Beautiful, darlings. I guess we've done enough for today.
Yep.
We're still having a really lovely time. I am.
Yeah.
I am. Lovely time.
It's joyous. It's somehow like it's so overwhelmingly beautiful that it dislodges any kind of firmness of what I think.
It's funny when people ask me how long I've been doing A Course in Miracles, I usually say, I'm starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Have a great day.
Yeah.
You two guys will be seeing you for the lesson tomorrow morning, and some of you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll see each other on Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's Christmas Eve, is it?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Is everyone right for that Christmas time, or are we having a little?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm right.
I'm good, I think. Yeah.
Unless I'm not there.
I mean, that's a real Christmas when we get together and just do this crazy stuff we do.
Oh, so Christmas Eve.
If you come, you come. You don't come, you don't come. It's like none of this is compulsory.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, sweethearts. Well, have a beautiful Christmas. Just in case we don't see you, and when we do see you, we'll see you on Tuesday or even before.
Yeah.
What's today? Oh, Monday. Oh, see you tomorrow.
Sunday.
Bye.
Sunday, isn't it?
Oh, Sunday. Oh, wow. Ciao.
Makes no difference.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you
Ciao.
then.
Bye.